Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, the Videopreneur, and I want to give an update on the color. So I bought this truck from Beaumont, Texas, flew down, drove it back. If you haven't seen the video, it's the first one we did here. And I really liked the patina look. The problem was both front fenders were in pretty bad shape. The driver's side rear fender, it's a step side, had a lot of holes. It was amazingly bad. And the hood has a lot of holes in it. So, in buying all those parts and having a conversation with Lynn, I realized that I could go in another direction without too much reinventing of the wheel. So I decided to paint the truck. I want to go with a patina look still. So decided to paint the truck, and I thought this color would really look good. It's a Summit hot rod flat, and the color is desert tan. I really thought it would look good, and didn't tell Lynn what it was. And I said, "You'll see when you spray it." He sprayed it, and this is the result. It looks great, but it's not the look that I was really looking for. And so Lynn talked to me and said, "Man, are you happy with it?" And I said, "Nah, not really." And he said, "I think it looks like shit, and I'll be happy to go in another direction." So he was willing to paint it again. So that's what you'll see here in a minute. So this color looks good, and it's a good looking, great paint job, good looking color, but it's not really what I was looking for. So I picked out another color, and you'll see that here in a second. And I had that color. I ordered that color, got it in, and so Lynn sprayed it. So actually, he did two colors of red, two coats of red, two coats of black, two coats of this desert tan, and now he's putting two coats, and in some places three coats of this color. So this is the color that I ended up going with, and it's not a hot rod flat, which is the only negative thing I can say about it. But this color really, you'll see here in a little bit, this color really pops. I'm really pleased with it. Unfortunately, the only bad part is they didn't have the flat, but it's against the Fawn, which the wheels are Fawn, and the firewall engine bay is going to be Fawn. It's really going to look really nice. So this is a long video, but I wanted to do the explanation as to why I went with this color, and you know how this all came about. So the engine bay is going to be in really nice looking engine bay, very clean, very squared away engine bay. And then the outside of the truck, the cab, I'm going to end up going with a patina look. So the idea is to sand through the top layers of paint, get down to the primer, the black and the red. We'll see what that looks like, and if it doesn't go well, that's on me. But that was the original idea. So Lynn is laying down the paint, and as you can see in some of this, well, as you will be able to see, it takes a lot to cover that hot rod desert tan. It's a light colored paint, but it requires a lot of paint. So anyway, that's what that's the color we're going with. And then towards the end of this video, I'll have the cab outside so we can take a look at it and see it outside in the sun. But this color just is amazing. And then against the Fawn, it's really great looking color too. Now the downside to all of this is we didn't do, I was not really wanting to do any body work. Lynn has much higher standards, so he wanted to do some body work, but we were going with a patina look and hot rod flat. So we didn't fix all the dents. We fixed the dents that were really big. So I kind of painted Lynn into a corner, and pun intended. And he's frustrated now because with this shiny paint, any imperfection shows up. So if you look at some of the early videos, you'll see what this truck looked like with the patina. I think it was, all sincerity, I think this truck was probably used as a prop promotional piece at a Mexican restaurant, because someone had hand painted squiggly lines on it in gold and in red and in green, and it was a blue truck. So when it came to sanding, Lynn was explaining, this is what you got to do. You got to sand all this stuff off. And as I've mentioned in other videos, he would tell me to do something, I would do it, and then he'd say, okay, do it again, and I would do it. And he's like, okay, well, go ahead and do it. I would do it 4 or 5 times until either I got it right or he got sick up and fed and said good enough. But some of that shows through with this shiny paint. So I kind of painted, like I said, I painted him into a trick bag where it's got flaws in the bodywork and in the paint, and then you put a shiny color like this on top and it shows everything. So I'm going to mess this up and sand through it and try to knock the shine down. But that's the look I'm going for. I've had shiny cars in the past. I had a 41 Chevy that was just gorgeous, but every time, 41 Chevy pickup truck, but every time I took it to a car show, I had to wipe it down, and when I would get it home, I'd wipe it down, I'd put a cover on it, I'd take the cover off a week later, and I'd have to wipe it down again. And that's not me. I just want to drive the shit out of my stuff and not have to worry about cleaning it. I don't even care to clean the windshield. If it's got dead bugs on it, that's fine with me. So anyway, that's the story behind this. Normally I speed these videos up, but I wanted to take some time and really go into a long explanation. You can always jump ahead, but I wanted to give a long explanation because I thought an explanation was due, just because I've changed directions a couple of times. So here's when the cab is dried, taking the paper off, take the tape off, and you can see the inside is Fawn, the firewall is Fawn, and against this color, it really, in my opinion, it pops. It looks great. And the exterior, I'm going to knock that down, but the firewall, the trim around the doors and under the hood is going to remain shiny. To me, it's just a great contrasting look. And love the inside of the knee knocker, the high hump on both the driver and passenger side on the dash. But as I move across here, you'll see some dents that we did not fix. This is double panel here, and if we would have fixed it, we would have had to do Bondo. Didn't do it because we thought we were going in a different direction. So that's hence Lynn's frustration. But just look at that contrasting color. And this is a step side, so we'll do the step side bed and the same thing. So here we moved it outside in the sun, and I'll do a walk around here. So the next video that I'll be doing is mounting the cab. We mounted the cab, and it really looks good against the frame and with the engine, with the Chevy orange. I do have some of the Fawn valve covers and the air intake on the LS painted Fawn as well. But to me, this color is just amazing. So the desert tan was a color that I thought would look good, but luckily Lynn was agreeable, and well, he hated the color, and luckily he was willing to paint one more time. And hopefully this is the last time we'll ever paint this cab. It's got 2 coats of gray primer, the epoxy primer, 2 coats of red, 2 coats of black, 2 coats of desert tan, and 2 or 3 coats of this color here. So here I put the vehicle back, or the cab back in the shop. Just wanted to do one more walk around, and then I've got some still photos at the end just to show it off again. But as I wrap this thing up, appreciate the support. Any questions you have, leave them below. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like these videos. Give us a thumbs up. That way I get more views. YouTube puts it out in front of more people. Appreciate all the support, all the questions, and appreciate all the help from other guys that have done this before. Happy to help those of you that are working on a project now. Thanks again. Later.